Heidi and Frank show, hanging out with Ralphie May. Unfortunately, he can only stay for a few more minutes before he has to
You red bastard. You son of a bitch.
He's a very busy man.
I am not busy. I am free till 10:07.
You can go see Ralphie tonight. Go pick up tickets to the Irvine Improv. He's going to be there at 8 p.m. tonight. If you haven't seen Ralphie live, you got to go see him live. He's the best storyteller. He puts you right in the room. That's the story you told about doing drugs again. I love your drug stories about you were doing drugs. And I don't know where you were in San Francisco. No, you were in New York when.
The miracle on the Hudson happened. Yeah, man. I was stoned out of my balls. I really was, man. My wife, she was busting my stones to go and do something. She always wants to go and do something, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing something. I am not being cold, and I'm watching TV. Okay, I'm doing something. Yeah. I am having a great time. Not doing anything, okay? Can we just be? Okay? So, no, let's go do that. With the kids, she's giving me an ear beating, right? So let's go. All right, and I'm like, fine, okay? If we can go, because it's 17 degrees outside, okay, if we can go someplace that's in the sun, okay, then because I was, it's in New York, skyscrapers, it's cold in the shade, okay? There's no way, all right? Takes her 7 minutes on Google 7 seconds to find some place. I'm like, you son of a bitch, Google.
This is all
right. Yeah. So she picks Chelsea Piers, okay, and because she likes aviation, all right, and they've got the USS Intrepid, okay, it's a space museum, aerospace museum, all right, and she's got the SR-71, the Blackbird spy plane, fastest plane we ever told anyone about, okay,
right,
and it's a badass.
She
plane.
Knew how to lure you. That's what you're saying.
Got me, damn it, she got me. All right, and I'm like, all right, and I really wanted to smoke weed anyway, okay, because, it's a good time this afternoon, why not? I'm not free, I'll write some jokes. So I'm like, okay, and I'm setting my bowl up to go, right? And I'm looking in my bag, okay, and I call my bag Whitney because it's got all my pills in it and it's black, all right, and I'm looking in there and I find a big old piece of hash, okay, and I'm like, bonus, okay, I've got uptown weed
you have drugs you didn't even realize you had.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because that's when you're rich, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're broke, you know where all your weed is, okay?
Yeah.
But if you're rich and you got
you're like, oh, that's right.
It's like Easter egg hunting, You're like, what? I didn't even know I had that. Where did I get that? I know. All right. So I found some big old piece of hash, right? And I put that in there, and it was way too much, about a gram. Okay, I shouldn't have put that in there, but I did. Hey, if you're gonna dance to the devil, you might as well lead, right? So I put that in there, and a big old piece of weed, right? And you gotta mix it up. And I had that in there, and I'm like, all right, I'm good to go. Let's go. So we took a cab down there, and the kids and the wife take off to get the tickets and everything, and I take off down a little alley, and I walk behind a loading dock, and I'm hitting that thing, right? Okay, and I'm getting it good, okay, and by the way, I had to walk in a full circle to find it because the wind was blowing, and I couldn't. I was lighting, and I was like click 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 click
crackhead in an alley.
I know I couldn't get the lighter to go, and I'm like, how in the world can I be 400 something pounds and not be able to block the wind in one direction? Okay, so I'm being the most conspicuous you can be, okay, and so I put my coat over my head, okay, yeah, cops won't recognize me, okay, yeah, don't look here, officer, no, nothing to see here, 400-pound guy with a coat over his head and smoke underneath, nothing to see here, no, this is no drugs here, no, I bet he's barbecuing underneath that coat, maybe he's sending a smoke signals to Oklahoma, you don't know, maybe he's talking to an Indian, maybe he's text messaging, you don't know. So I finally get it lit, okay, and man, when it's lit, man, oh sweet Jesus, I do that whole thing and I never let it die, okay, I never let that ember go out, okay, I was getting stoned for America, okay, I pulled and pulled, within 3 minutes, I am stoned like a biblical whore, okay, I am so lit up. Sweet Jesus. Okay, I am I am walking like the start of the Thriller video. Okay, that's how I'm walking. Okay, right, before the music kicks in, that's how I walk. Okay, all right, and I'm walking back. Okay, and then I'm seeing everybody starting to. There's people running towards the end of the pier, and there's some running back away from it. Okay, and I'm like 40 feet away from my wife, and I turn and I see a cop on a horse galloping towards the end of the pier, and I'm like, man, they really take weed smoking serious around here, okay? And he gallops past me, and I'm like, well, where you going, Sundance, okay? All right, where the hell's he going? All right, we're on a pier, okay? Where you taking this horse? Okay, it's in January, all right? It is 17 degrees. Where are you taking that horse, okay? All right, slow it down, okay? All right, and I'm like 20 feet away from my wife, and I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, there's a plane in the water. And I'm like, what? That is awesome. All right, because I'm like, which one fell in? And she's like, no, stupid, a plane just crashed into the water. And I'm like, what? And I look past her and I'm like, oh my God, I am so glad you just told me that. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because I thought, I don't even want to talk about it, okay? And she's like, why? Because my wife's a comedian too. She's like, why? I thought that was weird that there was like 40 Jesuses out there by that boat that kind of looks like a plane. Now, folks, you have to understand, now don't take it, I'm making this up, because I'm not, okay? I was almost at water level, okay? So all I'm seeing is the front of the plane, okay, and the tail.
People standing on wings.
Okay, and people were standing on it looked like they were standing on the water. Right. Okay, now people go, how could you make that assumption?
It's that good
stupid.
weed.
Okay, all right, you look out on a major body of water and you see 40 people just standing there. I'm sure your assumption is, well, a plane just crashed into the water and people are just standing there, because when planes crash into water,
everyone
just lives and just gets out there and miraculously just stands on water.
Chit-chatting about the events of the day.
That was crazy. That was something, huh? I can't believe that. All right, and that was just what happened.
Was that ever that moment when you're like, when stuff like that happens, obviously.
I live a miraculous life, man. I mean,
you really do.
I am so close to so many things that happen.
And are you always baked to the gills when that stuff happens?
Yeah. I haven't smoked weed in over a year.
Yeah, that's right. You stopped completely. I mean, what was the reason for that?
I had bilateral double pneumonia and pulmonary embolisms. They said if I smoked anymore, I'd probably die.
Oh, that'd do it.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
That.
No, that's what they said.
Well, you're not going to risk it.
Yeah, well, I was smoking, man. Okay, you got to understand. All right, I was smoking like 4 to 5 ounces of killer a week and 40 grams of hash. Yeah. That's about
What would you? You're not anywhere near that.
Oh no,
I don't know.
No, that's just craziness right there. And so you smoked so much that it caused the problems that you had in your lungs.
No. It didn't cause it, but it didn't help it.
Okay.
It didn't cause it. I don't think marijuana can cause that.
Now, pulmonary embolism, you could
I coughed so much.
I
coughed so much that I caused a blood clot, and when the blood clot went to my lungs, it caused a pulmonary embolism.
How close were you to just...
10% chance of living.
Oh my
Ralphie.
God, dude.
Yeah. If it got into my heart, it would have been a heart attack. If it got into my head, it would have been a stroke.
Oh my God.
So I guess you were kind of lucky it went to your lungs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of lucky I lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it scared the hell out of you. Did you see your life pass before your eyes and think, okay, it's not worth it anymore?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You do all that. Yeah, way to bring us down.
I know, wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that Israel Gaza thing going on, man? What do you think about that?
Oh, that's hey.
Good Lord. No, but you do weed in other ways, or you just don't smoke?
No. I don't do it at all. I don't know.
What's your vice now? I mean, how do you go through life if you?
I don't have any.
Are you completely like bored with life? I mean, can you even go to the movies anymore?
No. Well, you know what? Here's what happened. Okay, I've been wow. I just got out of rehab. Okay, all right, and my wife thought I was addicted to opiates. Okay, but I wasn't. I was taking them for pain. Okay, but I wasn't taking them. I wasn't overusing them, and I wasn't taking them every day. All right, but what I was doing was I was depressed, okay, and I had post-traumatic stress disorder.
Well,
okay?
of course you would.
Yeah, from almost
10%
dying.
chance of living.
Yeah,
and you
from
come out of
dying.
that.
And then find out you can't smoke weed.
Yeah, it is depressing.
But here's what happened. Okay, all my stuff started when I was a kid. Okay, a lot of stuff. I had a lot of trauma when I was growing up, and then I got into a big car wreck when I was a kid. I was like 16, and I broke 42 bones, 64 separate breaks, and I was in a wheelchair for like 10 months. Okay, and then I started masking that with weed and with food. Okay, and from
and
16
comedy?
to
Is that when your
16
comedy
to,
came out too?
Yeah, and I was doing that to. I started at 17 with comedy. All right, and I was. And then I went from 210, 215 pounds, normal kid, and I was a football player, to over 800, in 10 years, okay? All right, and then I had gastric bypass, and I've lost 400 pounds, okay? And so I've literally half the man I used to be, okay? And so I eliminated food from being able to mask it, okay? And then that's when the marijuana use exploded. Okay, and then once marijuana was taken away from it, I couldn't put marijuana on top of the problem. I think of it like a dragon in a box. Okay, I used to put food on top of it, and then I couldn't put food on top of it to keep it in the box. And then I put weed on top of it, and then I couldn't put enough weed on top of it to keep it in the box. And then when I had nothing on it, it started to eat me up. I couldn't sleep. I would have nightmares every night that I was going to die, and so I wouldn't go to sleep. I would go 3 or 4 days without sleeping.
But you caught up on all your Netflix, which is kind of good.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You're like watching series after series.
Man, I saw every series from England. Oh my God! Every British sci-fi show I saw. Oh my God, they are really consumed with the end of the world, man. Have you noticed that on Netflix? Oh my God, like every one of them, they're all we're all gonna die. I mean, just ask the Brits, and they're the only ones who make it through. Have you noticed that? Anyways, I saw all that stuff. I saw everything, man. I saw everything, but I was on sleep for like 4 or 5 hours during the day. Okay, and
you were still having to go to work and be a comic at night.
Yeah, and I was just depressed and stuff like that, and so I wasn't allowing my body to heal, and so my body got really, really sore and inflamed. Okay, and that's what I needed. I needed pain meds for, and so after my shows, I would do some pain meds. Okay, and like my doctor had given me Percocets, and I gave them back. They were too much of a whammy for me, and I was having to sleep on them, and I hated sleep, and so I give them back. Okay, and my wife had seen the prescription for those, and she didn't see me give them back to the doctor. I gave the doctor the big old jug of pills back. All right, and my friends were like, "Dude, why did you give them back? We could sell those."
Yeah,
okay?
I was like,
my friends are degenerates. All right, we could party with those.
You know how much we could get? Yeah, how many we could get for perks on the street?
Man, my friends were like, save them till you're feeling better. Degenerates. Okay, all right, and so my wife finally she sent me to rehab. Okay,
let's find out what happened to rehab.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you still want to talk about this.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
I'm not ashamed of it.
I think this is a side of Ralphie May that's very interesting. We know you're funny. We already know that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we come back, more with Ralphie May. We are Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS. To get more samples like this and hear all the fun we have, you can do that at 955KLOS.com. Now, to get the show in its entirety on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.